Super cool radio.
Hello everyone, I am Matthew Thomas. You are watching Super Cool Radio, and I am currently in a basement studio here in the Mishawaka area. I am currently with my guests this time. They recently released a brand new album entitled Chronicles, and I'm currently here with them. Please welcome of Saints and Scoundrels.
Yo, what up?
Hello.
Show some snaps or golf claps.
I don't know.
Studio audience.
Drop it on the floor.
There's totally a studio audience here.
Oh.
Of course.
I'm wearing pants.
We'll just pipe in some audience.
I'm Ari.
And I'm Ari. Yep.
So, anyone not familiar with the Saints and Scoundrels, even though you should be, because they're awesome.
That's too much.
The man on the bass is Michael. The guitar and vocals is Matt. And one of Canadia's greatest exports, only second to Justin Bieber, Ari on drums.
Dude, I'll take that.
Canadian's greatest.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that.
Original line written by me.
Yes, I love
Other than maple syrup and beaver pouch. That guy over there. I might have to put that on my podcast now. I'm the greatest thing since Bieber.
Shameless plug. That's rather quick.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
We got just right to it. Did you know Ari has a podcast, people?
It's called Drumming in the Trenches. It's
Yeah.
for drummers, by drummers, and Michael wants to
Just
be on
forget
it,
about bass players being on there because they just don't allow
they're,
it.
they're not part of the rhythm section anyway.
No,
Yeah.
idiot. No.
Okay, super serious.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Super serious now. Before we dive into everything, because I know we have so much to talk about, plus we got some questions asked by fans for these guys that putting together was awesome. But before we do all that, so quick icebreaker, because I got something cool to talk about this too, but what music have you guys been listening to this week?
Ooh,
Kid Leroy.
That's going to be rough.
That was quick.
It's kind of been a toss-up between Irish rock and jig music, and then
You're really bored on the work site, man.
hang on, and then a little bit of lo-fi hip-hop, and a little bit of J-pop and K-pop.
Okay.
And then some Chili Peppers and Foo Fighters, and then I hit shuffle. I hit shuffle on the alt rock playlist on Spotify, and
That's a
then
good choice.
I had been watching too many TikToks, so I started finding all like TikTok music background stuff. I'm sorry, I
You and Amanda can go on a girl date. and
You'll
have-
never
What do you want me to do at work? I got 14 hours to sit there and
Take your skateboard.
Just listen to death metal.
You'll never guess what I've been listening to this week. You ever heard of Swing Out Sister?
Nope. Should I?
That sounds oddly suggestive.
Yeah, you letting them swing out or what?
It's
chariot.
honestly, I think they might be from the 80s, and I like them.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Yep.
Too many.
So Ari is left now. Make sure to check out his podcast.
Listening to 80s music, Michael.
What's next? Kenny Chesney? What's going on?
He's gonna grow a mullet.
They got good bass lines, man. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
It is good. It is
Kenny
good.
that's a solid reference.
Yeah, throwback. No, my
Paint a wall.
my music taste at work is very ADD inspired, just random Spitfire. Anything that's got a good melody, I'm just zoning in on it.
I'm always listening for that good hook. Catch me at the hook. Good. Mm-hmm.
Now, Ari, do you listen to like specifically for like drums and songs, or like what do you do?
As far as what I enjoy listening to,
Then, yeah, let's just go with that. I don't know where this question was originally going, but
it's okay.
I'm only the host.
As long as music, yeah, that's true. You make up the rules. It doesn't
Exactly.
matter. As far as music that I listen to, it's pretty much whatever actually gets me moving, like kind of pumped up, but there's some kind of emotive influence there from the music. If it's not great music, I'm probably not dancing or moving or doing anything, and that's for everybody else at work. Yeah, you can shut that off and we'll just be quiet for the day. Their music's way too loud.
Huh?
Wow. You just...
The tire techs at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For all you guys at work, turn the radio down. It's awful music. You guys.
You know what they say, right, Ari? If it's too loud, you're too old.
Oh. Yeah.
We're sitting all the high
I'm gonna have to leave again.
We're like, we're barely not even 5 minutes into this podcast. By the way, I just want to say,
Well, you have to
Shots have
just...
been fired so much already.
Don't you have, like, diplomatic immunity by now?
I would hope. I would expect that I would be as a Canadian neutral and no one would attack me, but that's not the case.
No,
It's Canadian
you're
invasion.
not only Canadian, but
It's
you're
like the Red
oldest
Dawn.
band, and you're just not
But
getting away
with
from
beavers
me,
and
okay?
moose. It's bullshit.
all right. Well, so this week, first off, so before I get started, so blatant advertising, I'm drinking maple root beer, a Canadian delicacy, I've been told.
It is. It's fucking great. Okay? Jesus.
It was actually bottled by Moose too.
Filtered in the. I can't. I got nothing. God damn it.
Oh,
This is bad. I should go home.
I think we just cut the podcast. I think we got all the juicy material anyone wants to listen to right now.
If you need any more Canadian jokes, just put this in a file somewhere.
Shoot us a message on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or Instagram.
But make sure to like the page first too.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, like and yes, we do have a Facebook page, and if you get bored, and if you want more random whatever this is, just, we'll...
We're making more Canadian jokes. We love to hear them.
Once we get back to normal, yeah.
Okay.
Because Mike's pregnant, he's having a baby soon.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. 9 months.
You look good. You look good.
It's on the stairs at work.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, this week.
Yeah, well.
So sorry. Getting back on topic. I don't know why we're having fun.
Heaven forbid, man.
So this week I've been listening to The Police because I was driving with my dad and like I forgot I made him a CD and he wanted The Police on it. So I'm like, I kind of forgot.
Your dad a mixtape.
I did, except mixed CD. But yeah.
We're coming back.
My dad would not listen to anything I gave him.
Except,
unless it had like Willie Nelson on it or Johnny Cash.
When you gave him our CD, did he listen?
I didn't give him our CD.
Wow.
Well, that's your problem.
What?
I know how many CDs Mom
I got
bought.
one CD. I gotta get CDs from you. So
anyways,
No excuses.
listen to Police.
Yeah, I've been listening to Police lately, and so actually I've been on a bluegrass kick too. I recently discovered, because actually we were talking about this earlier, because of The Ruin, there's actually a band that's supposed to play her tonight in Fort Wayne. It's called the Screaming Rebel Angels. They're really good. I was on a bluegrass blues kick this week, so that's what I've been jamming to.
Hell yeah.
Are they on
nice.
Spotify?
Probably. I don't know. I literally just discovered them last night at 3 in the morning.
That happens. Then you just
Because I'm an insomniac. I don't sleep very well.
Matt's got a lot of bluegrass.
Not yet.
There's a bluegrass
In
band
your
that has
music
the
playing-
same name as my last name.
And your whole existence as a person, bluegrass was the beginning.
Bluegrass is awesome.
Boggo Bay Singers at Osceola United Methodist Church. I sang with you, so.
Man.
What is that? What is this you're talking about, Ari? I have no idea.
If you're going to say it,
It
just
doesn't matter.
Let's
It's
just-
above your wavelength.
a quick random stupid segue on how I started singing.
Yes?
Because before this event happened in history, I never thought I could sing. I never it was no interest of mine. So at church, I got guilt-tripped by the elderly to join
That's
That's a great way of putting it.
because they were desperate. They're like, it's an old Methodist church, Osceola United Methodist, and they were desperate, capital D. And they're like, hey, why don't you come sing? I can't sing. It's like, I think you're lying. I said, I really can't sing. It's like, no, really, just come try it out. It's like, fine. So I had a 50-cent piece in my pocket, and before he could say anything, I was like, yeah, if it's heads, I'll join. I just flipped it. He's like, what? And then boom, heads. He's like, yeah, all right, I'm in. He's like, what?
Oh shit.
Are you serious? Yeah, I'm in. No, you can think, no, I'm in, that's it. If I think any more about it, it's not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I learned how to read sheet music and follow melody lines, and it was, for more context, it was a octet gospel barbershop group.
Yep.
And they had some accompaniment behind it, it was very
recorded.
yeah. The recordings were rough.
You guys recorded?
No,
No,
well,
the
technically
backing
yes,
track.
but like the backing tracks, like karaoke, except gospel.
Where are these recordings? Do you still have them?
No,
Matt burned the house down.
I had to.
Let me just, I just got to commit a felony real quick.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I learned how to sing, and really apply myself and get my quote pipes quote, and then that springboarded me to sing at IUSB in the choir, and I sang at the Morse a couple times, and yeah, it was like part of the choir. Like it wasn't just like Matt Boggs saying no, it's like part of the choir. Like no, what?
I'm learning so much about you right
This
now.
is, I know.
This
I
is
love
why
it.
you come to Super Cool Radio, people.
Yeah,
I'm learning so much about you right now. It's great.
So that is
You know
really,
his name was Matt.
That's actually really good. No, it's me.
Oh, we got 2 Matts in the house.
Yeah.
Double trouble.
So that's actually really cool. Like, so how long were you like doing like choir and stuff like that?
I did that for part of the Bago Bay group 3 years, and then we traveled to nursing homes and stuff. It was all true.
Nursing home
Oh my
circuit.
God! Wow, this is the best news I've ever heard.
No, wait,
I
it's
was
better
also
because they called it the old ladies at church were like ruthless because they called they nicknamed the group the Bago Bay Bellies because we all. Every single person had just a little extra pudge, a little round.
It wasn't extra. It was a lot.
Can you just not?
It's a lot.
Different times. But yeah, the Boggle Bellies, and we go and sing, and it was nice. It was good times. I want to hit you.
And when the camera's rolling, they can't commit a crime afterwards.
Yeah, it's
We'll take them outside afterwards.
yeah.
So, real quick. So, like, how did you make the transition from like being like part of a group, part of a choir, to like becoming a solo vocalist?
So
Because actually, this falls in line with the questions I was going to ask. Actually,
Perfect.
it's going to get a little cringy. So when I learned how to play guitar, I learned because I got my ass whooped at Guitar Hero. So I said, no, I'm going to pick up a real one. So my sister had an old, really bad, like Pine electric guitar. I learned how to play on that just by ear because I would take the melodies from Guitar Hero and transfer them to the strings of guitar. And then I would, I made some weird friends, and I would like sneak out of the house and go to the 7-Eleven on 23 and Bittersweet in Granger. And I would sit on their sidewalk. I was friends with the guy who worked third shift, Ian. And I would just sit and noodle around on the sidewalk, and people would come up and be like, hey, try this chord, hey, try that chord. Strangers, complete like random people. Just saw this overweight high schooler playing. I was 16, 17, so I could drive, and that's how I got out of the house. But yeah, so that, and then so that was just kind of a side hobby, and then that escalated into the whole pursuing music thing. Like maybe I don't think I can sing. I doubt it. Joined the Boggle group, and then still did the guitar stuff on the side. And then got to college at IUSB, went for music, huge mistake.
No, I disagree.
Oh, try failing all of your music theory classes, and yeah. Anyways, that's a whole.
That's
a therapy
podcast.
session. Let's be honest. That's
and I'm not licensed. I'm sorry.
yeah. So then first time I played an open mic, and there's a newspaper article somewhere in this house that has me in a cowboy hat
Bro, I saw this.
Under Armour
We have it.
sleeves, and then a sleeveless shirt and jean shorts and boots.
Oh my God!
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
it
it's-
exists.
So your stage apparel has
It's
changed
gotten
at
better.
all.
It's gotten better.
It's gotten better. And in college, I would just find some like chord patterns, and I would get a couple drinks deep and just improv complete songs over that because I could never remember the lyrics of covers, so I would just do that.
You can halfway never remember the lyrics of our own.
Well, these things happen, and if I was perfect, I wouldn't be in this band.
Damn.
So you couldn't afford me.
Are you gonna bring back the cowboy hat for any attires?
I think I
Field
will.
show. I'm your MC. Oh my god.
Howdy. No, I don't think that is a wise decision. No, I just don't think it's a good move. No, I'm in a much better place musically now. I've broken up with the past, and we've moved forward for the better. Because no more open mics. no more of that. No more of that.
Yeah, but without without that past, the band would have never formed.
True, because from failure there is fun. So
At least you hope so.
I did not think that's where you were going with that. From failure comes fun. Okay.
I can't listen. I have a couple recordings from back then. I can't do it.
No. I'm saying
The phrase.
yeah, being in the Boggle Bay Singers.
Right. Okay, that's all right.
You playing on the worship team at Osceola.
That also. Yeah.
And then I joined the worship team at Osceola, and then we became buddies, and then we played music together and had great chemistry. Multiple years later, he calls me up, hey, I know we haven't really hung out. You want to start a band?
I didn't know he had just got married. I didn't know his wife was pregnant. I'm just like, hey, it's time. I'm reaching out.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. He's like, really? It's like, yes, it's time.
It was time.
Yeah.
And then this guy showed up.
So before we get into how you guys actually formed, I'm actually more curious. Well, I guess we'll start with Michael. So Matt did his story. So how'd you get started as a musician before joining of Saints and Scoundrels?
Yeah. So
Any funny stories the cowboy has?
no.
Then okay, all right.
Lots of pounds.
One of the Canadian here. Maple syrup.
Second greatest export.
Let's see. It was about I want to say middle school. I started to take lessons for 6-string guitar, and I got to a point where, I could play chords. I learned power chords. Not much lead, anything like that. And I played at my church youth group band for a bit, and the bass player ended up going to college. So they asked me if I wanted to play bass, and I was like, sure, why not? Ever since then, I fell in love, and been playing bass ever since. But I never took it seriously as far as learning music theory or anything like that until about a year before the band. What did you say?
Makes sense.
What? I said makes sense.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't hear it either. That's all right.
No, about a year before the band, I didn't really get serious about playing, which was kind of good timing because I was looking for a band to play in, and fortunately, I knew somebody at the time who knew Matt, who introduced me to Matt, and Matt just couldn't let me go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to find a bass player that doesn't also have a felony record? That also knows how to follow a metronome
And who's not in 5 bands?
That's also
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my story. Not very, very as exciting as Matt's cowboy hats and Boggo Creek. Yeah. United Methodist.
Boggo Bay.
Oh, sorry.
Cost extra for the creek.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's an easement. That's a city owned.
It's a township.
so real quick. So were you self-taught on bass and stuff? So when you say you actually started learning music theory, can you expand on that a little bit? So what did you start doing?
So I mean, as far as bass, I kind of took everything that I knew from guitar as far as power chords and stuff like that, applied it to my bass. And then when I got serious, that's when I started to do more self-taught stuff. I would get into actually reading books, which was very hard for me because I am a terrible reader. And so it was hard, but I did learn, But it was mostly self-taught.
A little bit of reading in there.
Yeah, I did a lot of before I started the band. I was looking to play in a band, and I did bass cover videos for YouTube, and actually it helped me a lot because I learned a lot of different style of playing from other people's music, and so I kind of applied a lot of that into my own style of writing and playing as far as when we go and play together and jam. So
Very, very cool. What was your favorite song to cover on bass that you made a video of?
I would say Earth, Wind, and Fire, September. Yeah.
That's next month.
Yeah.
Actually, it's in a couple days, actually.
Yeah.
Please don't wake me up.
But yeah, that was the most fun song to play as far as bass goes that I've recorded.
Very cool. All right, so last man I got to talk to because, well, based on the questions I was asked for the fan questions, I think he's the most popular. Because
Why? I'm the drummer.
because you're the drummer.
You're so hot. I'm Canadian. I knew it.
It's because they haven't seen a faux hawk since like 2003.
I'll take that. Some 41 coming at you. They're also Canadian.
It's
Yes,
something.
they are.
It's something.
All right, so before Saints and Scoundrels, how did you get started as a musician?
Well, I was born on a balmy July 19th evening, and on that fateful night, I was exposed to a family of musicians. So I grew up playing music, listening to music, doing all kinds of stuff, noodled around with the violin, guitar, bass,
Really?
piano. None of them stuck. Yeah, none of them stuck except for drums because for some reason it made sense to smack things. So, 6th grade, my parents were like, "Hey, why don't you join the concert band and everything like that?" So, started playing snare in the concert band, bass drum, all that kinds of stuff. Reading sheet music, did that through middle school, high school, college. Did marching band. I was on the drum line.
College.
Most of this was in New York State before I moved to Indiana. I moved to Indiana in 2006, and I was only in Mishawaka High School for a year, so I didn't get to be a section leader, which is disappointing. But
You were only in high school for a year?
Michael, I'm bearing my soul.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna make me cry.
You might be on the wrong podcast for that.
This is not the crying area over there.
I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. We're
Yeah, there's
emotional.
drumming in the
Yeah,
trenches.
I was also very shocked and confused about your first sentence that Canada can actually get above freezing in temperature.
It's very rare, and only in July.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I went through college playing on drum lines for marching band, concert band, music, all kinds of stuff. I noodled around with playing drum sets for pretty much exclusive worship time at church with my parents, and it was very rare. I never owned my own drum set until Matt called me and said, "Hey, let's start a band." I'm like, "Okay, I'll spend some money. Let's do this." But when I was in college, freshman year at Bethel, of course, because why not church? There was a flyer on a bulletin board in my dorm, and said, "Do you want to join a worship band?" And I'm like, that'd be cool. I'll play drums. That'd be fun. So I pulled the tab. I called the number. Lori Koffel came and picked me up, and I went to worship practice and met this goofball, met a bunch of other good people. And that's how me and you linked up. We played music. We had really good chemistry. We just play after practice, just hanging around, jamming around for a while.
Because worship music got boring. Boring.
You heard it from him.
Capital B.
Worship music is boring.
It's just Southern rock.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
It's,
That's pretty accurate.
am I wrong?
I mean, I don't know.
You played in the worship band
I
at church too.
know.
Not the same church, but different
I
church.
was in the back playing bass.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's the
But
bass
still
player.
He
Southern
couldn't
rock.
read. He couldn't read. What?
He probably didn't know he's at church.
Probably not.
Remember this
where
Sweet
am
Home
I?
Alabama cover?
Yes. Sweet Home
in
Indiana.
heaven.
No, Indiana. Oh, that was for the Bluegrass
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah. There's two of them. That's
Are there more versions?
Don't.
Yeah, too many, and I don't like any of
Don't
them.
pry sober. Don't pry sober. That's all I'm saying.
So, linked up with him, played on the worship team at Osceola United Methodist Church. And for the longest time, it didn't really do anything outside of worship practice. There was really no music. Never thought I was going to be in a band. Never thought much of it. And then, out of the blue, what was it, February? Something like that. It was like a month before Kaiser was born.
Yeah.
Kaiser High, if you see this.
It would have been February because we were assembling the troops, and there was no other drummer to call. So it's because there's no one else on the list. So right there. Because it was either you or Dan Vale, and that wasn't happening.
No.
Nope. And then we didn't have a bass player, so that's when, But yeah.
Showed up. Yeah. Oh my God.
Bass
But yeah, that
players.
was pretty much it. I learned to read sheet music for drumming, and that was the only music I ever learned how to read on paper. Was drums. And there's no keys, there's no nothing. Each line is its own instrument. Yeah, it was weird.
Hit this, okay. Hit that, okay, I'm good.
Pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, that's my story about music. Always been in it, always enjoyed it, and now that's where we are.
pretty sure that Christmas would be a lot more boring if you didn't like chime in, try to do something. Because your family came over one time for the whole Christmas jam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So my entire family is musical, clearly. I play drums, my dad plays guitar, my sisters two can play guitar, one plays French horn. Like, it's all over the map. We can all sing, so it's like 6 people in a little tiny family group. So it's like the Von Trapps. But yeah, we all came down here in the basement right after we pretty much started the band on Christmas and had like an impromptu jam session using all the speakers and everything.
What?
My dad still talks about that.
Was I here?
Yeah.
No.
Why
was
would we
I?
invite you?
You were probably partying somewhere.
You were a bass player and still are. I wouldn't invite you.
This was before Dad Mike. This is before we got married. This was.
You were probably out drinking.
Yeah, easily.
Yep.
Riverside days.
I didn't do that.
Done off the record. That never happened.
Bassists never lie.
Yeah, I hit that note. It's been 4-4. Mike at 6'8". Yep.
Yep. Can't read anyway. It's fine.
All right. So very cool talking about all you guys' stories and all that stuff, which was actually very cool. So I definitely appreciate you guys talking about.
Cool.
Ah,
Talk about this kind of stuff very often.
No, we don't get to go.
I try to make the interviews like fun and a little bit in depth. That actually people learn stuff instead of I actually try.
Wow.
Yeah.
Drumming in the trenches.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That's 3. You're at 3 plugs now.
I know. It's gonna keep going. It's fine.
I'm gonna have to
likes.
mention it at some point too. All right, so how did you guys actually? So we got all the individual stories, and we touched a little bit about how you guys came together. So like, how did you guys actually come together? So obviously, you guys hooked up, and then so.
I mean.
Yep. So like, what was the thought process behind like we're just gonna like?
That's all on you.
Yeah.
So, kind of like a different roster of people. I started off with myself and then Irving. And,
Subtle.
church
You really think he's gonna watch this? You'll never sell tickets without me.
don't get me started. It's going to be a whole...
Yeah, it's supposed to be a fun interview.
Yeah, we should get on that
Yeah,
road.
because Irving and Mike were friends because they went to school together, and Irving had a crush on Mike. And so we're talking like, who do you know? Like, who do you want to start? Because he would badger me every day at church practice. Be like, hey, man, let's do this. Let's start a band. It's like, I don't got time. I'm busy. He's like, no, like, what are we going to do? It's like, fine, whatever. And so then that started off with a Facebook post from Colin when he's like, man, I just, my band broke up. I'm done. I just got kicked out of another band. I'm done. I give up on music forever. And it broke my heart. It was like, man, no, don't quit music. And then something switched in back of my brain. It's like, start a band with me. And so it's like, why not? And he was like scream, like metal vocalist. I was like, we could do something different, like heavy blues and do it, because I loved the blues. I still do, but not as much anymore because life doesn't suck as much. So yeah. So myself, Irving, Colin, Ari, because we just texted him, we have enough people for a band. Are you in? We need a drummer. He's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Boom, Ari shows up. So impromptu, like everybody just meets in the garage, we're chilling, smoking cigarettes, whatever. And then
Ice breaking the whole time.
yeah, just cracking jokes, screwing around. And then Irving calls Mike. Mike shows up, and all of a sudden, boom! That was the core group right there starting. And so we got Irving, me, Mike, Ari, and Colin. Big 5. And then we start, scheming. Ari buys a drum set, sets it up in the corner. The basement does not look like this. It's a train wreck. I was a little bit of a hoarder, like random audio parts everywhere. It was just a mess. But they're just like, it's fine. Just slowly clean up after me, like help think. Because I'm like, it's fine. No, I'll just move some stuff around. Which meant like shoving a pile of junk in the corner and like tripping over it later. And
It looks a lot nicer. You totally cleaned up just for me, by the way. Not any water damage.
thanks, Ari. Yeah, it's
Am I getting the credit for the
keep and throw.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Mom, keep and throw works.
It does. Changed my entire life. You can see the floor now. Anyways.
It was pretty cramped, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay, so
Moving on.
so then our first gig was in Indianapolis, and it was a church gig. We were going to play worship music and some originals. And
About
cool, though.
this.
yeah,
Man,
so
that's a throwback.
the gig we got it through Pastor Craig, shout out. And Craigie Duke.
I did not play this show.
No, you
had
did
to,
not.
You had to work. You could not take any more days off work.
I had to work.
And so
Pesky work.
Colin's girlfriend JM was the fill-in bass player. So things were a little rough because she does not play like Mike.
Yeah.
She plays like JM, and we had to like practice in the basement with a very dinky sound system, and it was old and it was dusty and it shouldn't have worked. It should have caught fire.
It did eventually.
Yeah, that's just one speaker.
That's a meme.
That's a Reddit meme. 60K
Yeah, that
upvotes
is
is
true.
fine. But so continuing on, we played the gig, and then in that moment during that gig, two major things happened. One, Falter was
still have.
born and started to develop into an actual song instead of just an instrumental jam. Because Irving would talk about it forever. He was like, dude, I got this thing on my laptop, and like the melody, things were there, but it sucked and it needed help, and it was stuck in my head, and it would just boil over and over. And then also Autumn Breeze, another one that was born on that stage, just noodling in downtime. Ari and I would sit there and jam out a little bit. So that's two crucial things from that moment is that gig.
Two important songs.
Yeah. So then, from that gig, time goes on, music like starts to form. We get some originals going. We get two meme songs out. That is Mom Spaghetti
Oh my god.
and our cover of All Star.
Mom Spaghetti.
Covered All-Star, all right.
Yeah,
Slaps.
it was. And Colin, I gave an ultimatum. It's like, hey man, we're all doing double duty here, trying to make things work. So if you're having a problem with like not doing anything while you're not singing, pick up an instrument. Like piano, really easy to do. You can do that, something to do in the background when, we're jamming or whatever. Oh, okay. Gave him the books. Didn't do anything with them. Just spent his time playing video games. All right, fine, whatever. So then I was like, you know what? Harmonica, do it. All right. So
did it.
he bought some harmonicas, and he tried his best, and we tried to make it work. And harmonicas got incorporated into Falter and a couple other songs, like what was it? Done With You, and
I don't even think about those times anymore.
well, not Superman, right? If you want to cringe, also
No. He's saying
the
he's
old
saying
stuff,
Superman.
Project Band Fund, which is
I have
our.
2 copies of it.
I'm sorry. It was a practice that was recorded a week before our gig at Royals, before it closed down. And it was just like stereo take. There's no multi-tracking. It's just literally like, it was garbage.
That sounds rough.
Yeah, it is. But boy, is it nice to go back and get sad and listen to that and cringe and then listen to the CD we just dropped,
Yeah.
Chronicles, which is...
I'll be talking about very soon.
Yeah, it is. Well, a lot more time has been spent on that. But if you want to cringe and you want to cry and laugh, go ahead, check out Project Band Fund. It's literally called that because we needed money.
We need money.
So we...
Don't we all?
Yeah, just bought some jewel cases, printed everything out ourselves, and we had our 2 friends, Libby and Julie, at the time, and Libby still around because she's
She's
MVP.
the ultimate fangirl.
Yeah. She really is. She's a legend. She's a
True.
gem.
Libby, you the one.
So proud of you.
All right, so we're going to jump ahead a little bit because I do want to talk about the new album. Plus, we got some fun stuff to get to as well.
Yeah.
So, the new album Chronicles, which do you have a copy of?
Yes.
I'll hold it up and model it because I'm an awesome model. Right here, Chronicles.
You touched the last. It's yours now.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'll just put it here. All right.
President trash. Mine now? Garbage.
So anyway, all right. So you just released this, I believe, just right on that. I think was
July
July 11th. Yes.
was
Yeah.
that Leaves Away show.
Yep.
All right. So I know a little bit about it, and it actually helped me find this studio.
That's definitely the house.
Yeah, it's like
That's pretty much. And then I saw a big.
Suburban's in the park. In the driveway.
Yeah, I saw a Suburban with a giant of Saints and Scoundrels sticker. So I was like, if this is not the house, I'm gonna laugh, but be kind of mad. All right. So how was it writing and recording? Because I do know, was it actually recorded here?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I got that. See, I do my notes, people.
Man, mastered right there. Mixed right there.
There's a lot of nights cussing at myself at this computer.
I feel you. I feel you on that. All right, so let's start at the beginning. So, how was it writing and recording this album?
There's a couple key moves in this little story.
Yeah.
So recording it, we had been working on the same music that's on the album for 3 years. Like just plugging away, polishing it up, practicing over and over. It was the same set list that we played at multiple gigs. And we're finally like, let's record it. We're ready. We have all the tech we need to record it and master it and mix it in the basement. So we started recording. Did we do a band?
But the thing is we would play and we record it and we'd play a show and we were like, oh man, we just came up with a new part. We need to we got to go record it. Yeah. And it would constantly happen. And then I think we got everything recorded and then we scrapped it all.
Well,
right?
Yes and no.
Really?
Because we had most of the parts done, and then Logan, who replaced Irving in the band, as a much better lead guitarist. Thank God. That's. So we had Logan, and he was really good at coming up with things on the fly, but like trying to get consistency during practice. Like he'd freeze up a little bit, but he'd come up with such good stuff, but he couldn't replicate it. So it got time, like crunch time for the album, prime time during COVID season, and I guess the first round, and so that's when we really hit the books for recording and getting things done. And then it had a little what do you want to call it?
A parting of ways.
Yeah. And so
a shift in the sand.
He had Falter done. He had stuff done for Falter. He's on that track.
Yep.
But then everything else was just like the raw. You could hear the metronome in the background, and it's like So I went through and redid all the guitar parts for the rest of the album, and then on top of that, tried to mix it and then try to master it. So thankfully, I did not do this by myself. Mike and Ari, huge help. Mike be like, Matt, that sucks. Don't do that.
Says the bass player.
Yeah. And Ari be like, hey, can you try it this way? And just it sounds dope, but try just do a little bit. Like I can't hear this. So that in itself took a year, just to fine tune.
Dial it in.
Yeah. Plus plugins,
a lot, man.
Which
plugins
I'm
are
glad
expensive.
that you had the patience because working hard on something like that and then constantly being told change this, do this, it's aggravating.
And then you check Instagram, it's like, hey, new idea to do this. Let's scrap everything I was doing. It's fine.
Just burn those.
I just think it was wild that it took us so long to record, because we would play for just the recording purpose. We would play as a band to a click track, and then I would play my part. We'd feed it through headphones. We would drop. There's cloths hanging from the ceiling.
I see that.
Yeah.
So that was our sound deadening. I would play
Blackout curtains.
I'd play to the backtrack with the click in my ear, play that as best I could, and then everybody could play their parts to my drum part.
And not good headphones. These are like Xbox gaming headphones that have no business being in the studio, but it's what it's a budget album.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Yeah.
And then things sound different every song because we kept upgrading microphones. Like,
oh yeah, true that.
The overheads got upgraded, the drum mics got upgraded because we had to return the ones we borrowed from the church. And
I heard about this earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
We got a bunch of new stuff from Sweetwater.
Yeah,
we did.
Gearfest, man. I mean,
Let's do it in person again.
You go to
two condenser
Gearfest as a band,
microphone?
you're gonna find stuff with that in the
flea market.
That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite spot in Indiana is the
flea market tent at Sweetwater.
Yes,
Gearfest. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right though.
Kidding me?
If you haven't gone to Sweetwater's Gearfest, do it
In person. Don't
with your whole band. Go do it. It's worth your time, for sure.
Yeah. No, I like your guys' setup over here. Really.
It took a lot of time.
I believe it.
It took a lot of throwing away too. There's a lot that came in, a lot that went out.
But as far as like
There's a lot of
crafting-
learning experiences too, like how
Oh
you
my
can
God.
fix speakers with Flex Seal.
And painters,
I heard about this earlier too.
how to use solder. We're still learning.
That's hard. I've done it. That is hard.
lifelong lessons.
It is hard.
You know, fix your speaker, Mike. Okay, it's good to go.
Done. Man, we're so low budget up here. This is horrible.
No, we've come a long way.
Well, I mean, come on. I'm low budget too. I mean, I got a tripod and a camera, so I mean,
You're doing better than drumming in the trenches.
Calmer than you are, dude.
That's 4.
I'm gonna put a tally in
Dude,
there.
Brian Knickerbocker, you're gonna be so happy, bro.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right, so real quick,
Yeah.
crafting the originals.
Yes.
90% of the songs crafted, other than Falter, were from jamming and just noodling around.
Yep.
Like that's where everything. We just all jam around in the basement during band practice, and then all of a
something would
sudden,
click.
yeah, it's like you're going through a forest, you find a trail, you follow the trail, and you keep on following the trail, and then it's like, hey, there's a river. You follow the river, and then all of a sudden it's just a party, and for no reason.
Is
other
that
than-
how this all looks to you?
Yeah.
And you're okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I like the analogy.
And this is just a party, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
You're following. You're like, I don't have a boat. I can't go in the river, so I got to follow the side of the river. And then all of a sudden, boom, party. And,
It's a beat, though. Okay.
So wait, what if there was a boat there though?
you can get on the boat to see what happens, but you don't need to stay in the boat.
It's like-
you just follow the path.
especially-
It's like Choose Your Own Adventure. You remember the Choose Your Own Adventure books?
yes.
Always when the first decision would come up, I'd be like, oh, I'll try this. You die. Every time.
Rewind.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what?
it didn't.
I'm going back. I don't care.
7-year-old me mulligan.
It's like every time I try to do this, oh, that sounds cool. Oh, you got beheaded. Well, I guess I'm beheaded.
Yep.
That was a nice 2-minute read. Yeah. Anyway, so like, what was like kind of like the biggest like learning curves for this album? So as we discussed, you guys did this all yourself.
Plugins are expensive.
Patience.
Oh God, yes.
I'm gonna have to go with patience because just the fact that COVID was just running rampant, so
Yeah.
we can't really be in person. Being patient with Matt, so he has the time to get through everything while we're all waiting for him to send a copy of the track and be like, listen to it. Hey, this is where you need it at this certain point of time in the song. I think patience was the biggest learning curve for this entire album. I mean, it was 3 years in the making.
Yeah, and not to beat yourself up when something doesn't sound like a professional studio, because I'm amateur at best at this, at just like mixing and throwing things around. Like I have a passion for it, but amateur at the very best. Like do not pay me to do this for yourself. Do not. This is.
I paid you.
You did?
No. In love. I paid you in love.
No, it's like, and also going back and saying I could have done that better. No, what you got out there, it's out there. This is a part of us to share with the fans, to share with everyone else.
People,
Yeah. And if I get hit by a bus, I'm immortal. Boom.
Yep.
There you go.
I think that was the biggest thing for me. Was
Getting hit by a bus?
No.
It's a big bus.
It's a big old bus. I think the biggest thing for me was in 3 years, we finally have an album. Now I finally have something to leave behind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just going to go through life and die. Yeah, I have kids, but now they're going to be like, yeah, my dad was on the CD.
I just like that
I love you guys, but dad has a CD.
Yeah, but have you seen my CD and my podcast?
Hold on.
No.
That sentence, yeah, I got kids, but now I'm immortal on this CD, yo. That
50 hours a week to make a CD.
that sentence is awesome.
I'm sorry, babe. She's going to be mad. She sees this.
I'm gonna have to drop that as a teaser.
Yeah, just.
You want to see Ari get red? Ooh, buddy.
I wouldn't believe what Ari said.
So now like this is obviously like it's a vehicle, it's a building block for you guys. Obviously, you can buy these at shows if you come out.
Please. Please.
So quite a big question. So obviously it took a while to actually develop and make Chronicles. Are you guys going to work on another one?
Now that we figured it out,
In the
yeah.
future.
Now that we got the science down, yes,
Yeah.
we can do it.
How do you gain stage properly? When it stops buzzing, record. How do you invest in a proper XLR cable?
You buy it.
Yeah.
Or steal it?
Oh,
Turns out you can turn extension cords into XLR cables.
Really?
Turns out everyone else frowns at you for it. Well, you spend
Yeah, I
more on
do.
electrical tape than you do the parts.
I frown at you every time I see you fix something.
It only took 80 rolls of electrical tape, but we got it.
The basement has upgraded because the
The risk of shock is way
Yes.
lower now.
Oh yeah.
Way lower. Oh, bees! Oh, touch
Just wear rubber shoes, you'll be fine.
Why do you think there's carpet?
Oh.
Oh my god.
All right. So, make sure to check out Chronicles on all the streaming platforms. I got a lovely physical copy. You'll probably hear it on a Super Cool Radio on-air episode.
No.
Hey, and it's only $5.
It is only. That's a cheap CD.
Yeah.
Why so cheap? Because we just want to sell them. And then we'll make more and sell more.
Stocking stuffers.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just get
I want a Saints and Scoundrels stocking for
Hey.
Christmas.
happy birthday, have a CD.
There you go. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so I have, from the lovely fans of Saints and Scoundrels, 5
I
great
didn't
questions.
Even know we had fans. To
We
be
have real
honest.
ones? I know the bots on Facebook will like us back. But
Did you see the ones on Instagram? It's always like, if you put some on Instagram, it's like, promote it on whatever. I always get those, and it's,
75 cents a month and you can promote.
yeah. It's always like, please leave me alone. I don't have money for
Promote
advertising.
myself.
I have a job.
I can't afford to actually do anything. All right. So the first question is for all of you. Well, actually, the third one is too. But the first one. So, how do you guys prepare for a show?
Oh, this is good.
Ooh.
It used to be lots of drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We steer away from that now.
Yes.
It's only medium amount of vodka now.
No, it's a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Also, different people in and out of the band, that changes how we prepare, and now we don't have to keep on driving the speed limit because we don't have to worry about getting pulled over for whatever reasons. Cough. And
I feel that's a reference to something.
yeah, I don't know what it
that's
is.
good.
It's fine in Michigan, but
Yeah, no fault.
yeah. And then now it's mostly pause our regular lives and get ready to have some fun and connect. Because for me, and probably definitely for you, because you're like, I miss you guys so much. Every week, every day almost. It's okay. We love you too, bro. I was gonna say it's a way to unplug from reality and plug into the music. It's honestly a very nice drug. It's just because you get the nice goosebumps when you're in the middle of a song. It's like, yes, this is my thing. This is my zone. This stage is mine for now, and it is a platform to share my story, our journey with the people who came to listen.
I like that. I really like how you said that. Anyone else? You guys want to add anything about how you prepare for a show? Michael?
Yeah, we have to carry everything up the stairs.
We're not at Smith's.
And we gotta put it in the Suburban. And then we gotta drive there.
We all pee before we go, and we drive there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's loading gear. And then right before we go on, we're like, all right, guys, let's have fun. And that's
I mean,
about
dude,
it.
really, that's how it is.
It really is. That's about it.
Like we'll drink like
We used to drink a lot before a show.
We drank a lot before we
because
started taking it really seriously.
We had too much fun with it, where now we would like to just enjoy it, but kind of take it somewhat serious. And so we try to not drink at all before a show and save that for after.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I think that we perform better.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think just seeing you guys with Adelita's Way and like all that was a very fun show. Like you guys sounded super tight during that show.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank
that
you.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was. I mean, all four
Especially
bands
after
were awesome.
the field
They were.
style sound check
Or
festival sound.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Man.
Smoke yeah.
That does annoy me.
That's fine.
Like,
It's fine.
I'd like to get our levels right because, like, I as much as I want to like perform and play and put on a great show, I want to
if
receive
you
that
can't
from
hear
our
it.
sound guy to put on that great show that we want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Every place is different. Every sound guy is different, and you just kind of have to work with them. You know what I mean? So.
That's true. All right, so the second question is actually directed to Ari. What is your drum setup and your sponsored pieces?
Oh my God. Who asked this question?
We'll just take the camera over there for 15 minutes. And
I have
Yeah,
two.
it's turd.
I have so many drums, it's ridiculous. Michael's seen it, Matt's seen it. There's way too many drums. But my performing drum sets. So I have a Gretsch Catalina Maple 7-piece, which is in the basement here. It's just become too much to take on shows, load up all the time, carry up the stairs. So that stays in the basement. That's the practice kit. That's the recording kit. All that kind of stuff. The other one is a 4-piece Ludwig Element Lacquer Series emo kit with a 22-inch long bass drum. It's a Cannon. I play Peisty cymbals. I'm not endorsed, or I don't endorse them as a company. I'd love to. Another plug. Peisty cymbals, get at me.
Hey, Brian got one by being on my show, so.
Oh. All right.
Brian can do it.
Yeah, if Brian can do it.
He's an American.
Damn. I'm like Bieber.
Second.
I use all Gibraltar hardware. I only use Gibraltar racks because I want my floor space. Sticks. I endorse Collision drumsticks. I use a 5B standard, super heavy, really well balanced. I've only broken one, and I've had 12 pairs in the last year and not broken any of them. So, shout out to Carlton Banks. I'll have to tag him in that. He's the CEO of Collision drumsticks. And then no nut cymbal sleeves. They look crazy. People ask all the time. They're the best thing ever. Bill McFadden out of California. That's for you, bro.
And it helps me put cymbals on because I
It's
don't
true.
do that.
They don't have to ask anymore. They just set the cymbal on and walk away. It might be wrong, and I'll move it, but it's okay.
At least it's on.
It's on. It's on there. It doesn't matter.
It's out of the box.
Yeah, and then DW and Pearl kick pedals. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Very cool. Very nice. All right, so now this question. This is from Larry.
Oh boy,
Here we go. Hi, Larry.
Cutoffs.
Yeah.
Cutoffs.
Larry said it's a good one. I think it is. So, is it true of Saints and Scoundrels are a failed touring band and now they play weddings mostly in November?
Hey, man, you asked for it.
Times are hard.
It's a real tough. Real tough.
Because when
He just put us
it's real tough.
I didn't know we were for a higher band, but Larry wanted us to be higher.
He's paying us to make noise, so why not?
I don't know why you want us to make noise.
Probably because Aria looks good in tight pants. I don't know.
And you wear tank
I
tops.
have to find
Tank tops.
the tuxedo T-shirt cutoff.
Oh, yeah, that's for Sarah.
It was required. It was a requirement. Now we have to find it.
What? They're making you wear that? Larry. Oh my God.
Sarah-
Look at these things, man. I've been working on it.
Yeah.
Got to show them off.
Yeah, dude.
Man, he hit the nail on the head though. Oh my God.
So are you a failing touring band or not?
Oh man.
Feels like
Family or failed? Did he say
failing.
Failing? I'd
he
say-
put ED. It's failed.
Oh,
Okay,
past
it's-
tense,
yeah.
so we have failed already.
I would say
Well, at least we went out on top.
I work too many hours and
That's
they
real.
really aren't consistent.
That's true, though.
So
Real talk.
yeah, and
well, when I see you-
expecting baby on the way.
yeah, Mike's
Yep.
pregnant.
So
Yeah.
2 weeks.
yes, like 2
2
weeks.
weeks in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's gonna be a fun time nonetheless. So I'm invited too. So I'll make
Yeah.
sure to crash it.
That's why
Yes.
we haven't been gigging as much. 'Cause, yeah.
All right. Definitely didn't have any technical difficulties. Definitely didn't run out of space by accident because I forgot to clear it. So, fan asked question number 4, real quick, that I totally have ready.
I am prepared.
He will be prepared for this. Definitely not like we ran through this or anything. So, Ari,
time for me.
please complete this sentence when ordering coffee. Is it can we have or can I have?
Well, when there's no one in the car, it's we. And when it's just me in the car, it's still we. Now I say I, Brian, because, yeah, people ask weird questions, okay?
Yeah, my name's
What?
Ari.
How many? You only order one drink for 2 people. Now it's just one person.
oh my God. Now that
Third
I'm thinking
person.
about it, you do that. You say
You do.
Yeah. You
I
say,
didn't say that when we went to McDonald's. And the lady asked for help because Matt wanted like 4 quarter pounders with cheese.
No, that's not what happened.
I just said I want.
I said,
Easy.
do you still have the 2 for $3 triple cheeseburgers? She said yes. I said, can I have 4? She's like, well, we gonna need some more help up here.
Well, they're all short-staffed anyway.
Oh, that was a great night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we're on our way back from Fort Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the Ruin Show.
Oh, God.
See?
Yeah.
See, we're getting better stories out of this even.
It's true. That was a good time.
Oh, that poor lady.
don't need more help.
Look what you guys
There's a
do.
little old lady too. I felt so bad.
Yeah,
Matt's like,
you should
I
be.
screwed up. I
just like-
screwed up bad.
I was hungry.
So, Matt, did you say I or we?
I'm gonna have to ask Libby on that one because she would have remembered that. Because clear as much as she was laughing, almost peeing her pants, she would have remembered that word for
We
word.
don't need some more help.
Dude, her eyes got so big. Can I get 4 triple cheeseburgers? We gonna need more help back here.
Well, that was that. Say the stories you get on Super Cool Radio.
Good times.
All right, so the last fan asked a question coming from a guy whose initials BK out of the great state of Michigan.
What a Burger King.
Burger King. Another great podcast is the Drumming in the Trenches podcast, hosted by Ari and Brian Knickerbocker. So, Ari, who is the better drummer, and please explain why it is Brian?
Brian, you're humble enough to not sing when you play drums like me, because apparently I look like a Backstreet Boy, according to Michael.
Oh, right.
Despite giving Matt backup vocals, I look like Justin Timberlake, and I don't know if I'm okay with that.
Only
or not.
second, though. Only second to Justin Timberlake from Canada.
It's Justin Bieber.
Nope. Say it's been a while.
Blasphemy!
Yeah.
You're like if
Brian, you're better. I'm humble.
JT and Ryan Reynolds like melded a little bit.
So Justin Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might,
I think that
be
a bass player should determine who is better here because
Also,
the bassist shall determine by flowing
Oh my God.
okay.
with the drummer.
Why is the bass player talking?
You can't even read.
What is your reading level? Is it above or below 3rd grade?
Being mighty generous, sir.
I read the Sunday comics.
Also, let's reflect here, Brian. Ari, no in-ears, and also no Pokemon on the drum kit.
Nothing to distract me.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
But I don't think you can hide behind a drum kit as well as Brian.
No, because it's a massive.
Ride symbols all the way up here, bro.
Also, Brian has a Ford F-150 lifted drum kit. It's a compensation kit.
Oh, you see what he's saying?
Damn.
It's a 2A.
Hey, 3 inches gives you a kid. It doesn't matter. It does.
2 of them.
Moving on. So thank you. I'm gonna have to keep going. We're we're getting in dangerous territory with that.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone who submitted questions because those are really good, and I had a lot of fun asking them. But so we're wrapping up this interview because I definitely have not done this before already. So what are the future plans for Saints And Scoundrels for the rest of 2021 and now into 2022 because it's not that far away?
No, it's not.
Bass player.
Yeah, he's the one with the sparkling ideas.
Yeah, well, let's see.
I'm just a drummer.
We have a wedding to play at.
It's no one's wedding in the band.
A wing?
A wedding.
It's Larry and Sarah's wedding.
There's 2 D's.
But once we get past this year, because this year's a little rough, when we plan on writing a new album, and we actually want to be more creative with this album, and kind of infuse modern EDM synths and mix it in with some like funk style.
Experimental.
Yes, very
That'd be
experimental.
cool. Like experimental rock and funk and stuff.
Yes.
Also, we're not playing gigs right now because Mike is pregnant.
Yes, 9 months.
Yep, it looks very good. Must work out.
Yes.
Didn't think a gas station burrito could be stuck in someone that
Man.
long, but
She'd be surprised.
You'd be shocked.
so then, and also now that we finally have our stuff together,
Yes.
we know how to record finally properly, and we can probably do it a lot faster. So maybe not
only
3.5 years.
Yeah, only a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which should be should be fine. No problem.
No
Yeah.
time.
No time. It didn't. Boom. Done.
Yeah, 2023 we'll have it.
Also, I haven't told them yet, but we're going to be putting out a Saints and Scoundrels calendar. So that way we're going to take some highlights of our most memorable moments and most goofy moments and sell them as a calendar. They don't know that yet.
Oh.
It's going to be in the works.
Don't tell me you're like taking
Posing? Oh, yeah.
Mom is gonna do this, isn't she?
Like all. No,
She's
me.
gonna-
This is all me.
No, Mom's got a bunch of candid pictures.
You're like
of mine.
you're gonna go up to like Lake Michigan and like.
Have you seen my Google Drive?
What?
Are we talking like Chippendales?
Check out my base.
Starting an OnlyFans.
Have
Oh
you seen
my
my
God.
Dooners?
It's feet. Oh man, what is it called? Plucking like we're. Nah, we don't need.
No, well, so someone told me a joke. So, how desperate is your band? Well, we started an OnlyFans.
Oh man, that's pretty bad.
That's just to get from gig to gig.
Alright, well,
Rough.
make sure to check out Stream Support, give a like to of Saints and Scoundrels. Yes, they do have a Facebook page. You can.
It's just facebook.com/Saints and Scoundrels.
Please come get some XL t-shirts. We have way too many.
Oh yeah, true
Please.
that.
Yes, please,
T-shirts for days.
please buy all their stuff and make them happy.
It's $5 a
Stickers,
t-shirt too. So
Cups.
yeah.
CDs now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm still not really over that yet.
No,
that we have a CD.
yeah, we made it here.
yeah. He has kids, but at least he has a CD too.
Wow. Yes.
I'm gonna die one day.
Alright, so for Ari, Matt, Michael, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thanks so much for watching or listening to Super Cool Radio. Stay frosty.
Bye bye.
Bye.